The first Chevrolet Volts will hit the streets next month, and the first one is set to roll off the line today at the Detroit Hamtramck Assembly Plant. And joining me now live is Mark Royce, President, General Motors North America. Good morning. How are you doing today?
Hey, good, Alicia. How are you? It's an exciting day down here, I'll tell you, for everybody, for the company, for the state, for the industry, for the United States. It's a big deal.
I bet that plant is buzzing right now.
It is. Very, very proud of our employees, and this was sort of a moonshot. You know, this is sort of the next generation of automotive transportation, and, you know, it was done here in Michigan and Detroit, and, you know, I got to be so proud of our employees here. Just terrific day for them.
And, you know, a lot of people are, you know, it's already received 2 Car of the Year awards, so much buzz surrounding this car. Do you think this is the game changer for GM, the Volt?
Well, I think it's a game changer for the industry because, you know, we've seen electric cars and we've seen them, we've done one. We did the EV1 a long time ago. We're seeing some of the competition come out with pure electrics right now. And this is really a range extending electric. So this can really be the only car that you buy. And, you know, that's pretty revolutionary, we think. It's going to be a good duty cycle for lots of different people. And so, you know, it's very exciting. But I think it's not the only answer. I think, you know, the electrification of the industry will range from pure electrics down through, you know, mild hybridization that, you know, gets you big fuel economy and low CO2, but may not be the pure electric variant of that. So there's going to be a wide variation here, but I think this is really the game changer in the industry that gets access, you know, just on a mileage basis to a lot of people.
Yeah, explain a little bit. How do you calculate fuel economy on the showroom sticker, you know, when people walk up to that window and they're checking out the numbers, you know, because now you're not just dealing with the fuel tank, but you're also dealing with the charged battery.
Yeah, I mean, we just went through the labeling process with the regulatory bodies here in the United States, and so has some of the competition. And these labels are quite different than what you'll see on a regular car. So the EPA cycle is quite different. We just prefer to keep it very simple and say, look, you get around 40 miles on a pure electric charge, which is, you know, over 80% of the people in the United States have that as a duty cycle. And if you want to go over 300 miles, you know, you can, because we have a range extending capability with the regular internal combustion engine that's on the Volt. So you can really have this as your only car that you drive. And, you know, the mileage piece of it, you know, I've been driving one for about 2 months here, put about 2,500 miles on it. I have not used gasoline on my commute, and it costs about $1.50 a day to charge it up overnight. So those are some pretty real numbers, and the labeling piece of it, boy, it's hard to do an apples to apples comparison.
Gotcha. Now, you said in a letter to the Wall Street Journal that more than 120,000 potential Volt customers have already signaled interest in the car. Are we talking pre-orders here?
No, we're in the pre-order process right now, so I'm not going to give you a number because it'll be wrong as we bring and launch the car online. But we have you know, over 120,000 people that are interested in buying the car. So that's all I can really say about it right now.
Okay. Now, early ads stated that the Volt will be available in Michigan, California, Texas, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and D.C. at the end of 2010. Quantities limited, as you mentioned. So when will the other 44 states get to enjoy the Volt?
Well, there's not a switch that we throw on and say the rest of the states get it. We're doing a very controlled launch because we want to impact and use the car to change the way people think about Chevrolet and General Motors, and we're doing that in places, you know, that are very specific in big markets that will have a big influence on that, and then we'll keep rolling it out to the rest of the states. So very controlled because we have limited volume as we begin production on it, and then we begin rolling it out to the rest of the country.
How many charging stations are you putting out there? I know some people also charge their cars at home. Explain that a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's really up to the customer who buys the Volt. We're not dictating charging stations by any stretch of the imagination because the car can be charged off of a regular outlet in your own home, and you can do that. The charging station that you could have put into your home is a little bit higher capacity that cuts the charging time in half, but you know, generally from about 8 hours to right around 4 hours. So, you know, those are things that are really up to the people who buy the car, but the car comes with a portable charging unit that you can plug right into your existing garage outlets. So, you know, and, you know, we have about 9 gallons of gasoline with an internal combustion engine that acts, you know, it really is a generator for the battery pack. So, you know, you can drive this car, you know, this can be the only car that you have, and it can be the only car that you drive, and you can fuel it just like a regular car if that's what you want to do and that's the way you want to use it. So a lot of flexibility in the car.
So do you think this paves the way for GM paying back all of the government loans in a certain time period? I mean, could you even gauge when that could possibly happen?
No, I can't. I'm not in the business, and neither is the company, of predicting the stock market or the industry or the economic conditions. And this car really doesn't have anything to do with repaying the government. We've done that with our initial public offering. We've done a portion of that. We'll keep paying back the government until it's done. And, you know, I can't give you a timetable or how that's going to be done, but this car is really, this car is important for us because we've started developing on this car before the global financial crisis, and our commitment to lead and advanced technology is really the message we're delivering here, and we think we've got something that is quite simply the next generation of automotive transportation here.
Tell us about what happens with the very first car that comes off the assembly line today.
The very first one, number one, we're probably going to keep for our employees in the company, but number two is very important for us because we're going to auction that car off, and we're going to use all the proceeds of that second car and the auction proceeds to go back into the Detroit public school system, which I'm very passionate about, and that's a big story for us today, and we're very excited about that. So we're going to give back to the city of Detroit with that. We hope to raise a lot of money, so if you want to bid on it, go to www.bidonvolt.com, and remember that money goes to all the kids.
Very worthy cause indeed. Mark Royce, President, General Motors North America. Big day for all of you there at General Motors. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Alicia.